Did you know the average American spends over $18,000 a year on things they don't need? That's nearly half of the average annual salary. And what about those 300,000 items cluttering up your home? Most of them are just gathering dust. These shocking numbers show how easy it is to get trapped in a cycle of endless spending and clutter. But what if I told you there's a way to break free and save money at the same time? In this video, we'll show you how minimalism can help you cut costs, stop unnecessary spending, and focus on what really matters. From decluttering your home and selling things for cash to changing the way you think about shopping, we've got 6 easy strategies to help you save money while living with less. Ready to make more room in your life and your wallet? Let's dive in. Chapter 1. Declutter and Profit. Turn your junk into cash. The first way to save money with minimalism is to declutter your space and make some extra cash. Many of us have items lying around that we no longer use, but instead of letting them gather dust, you can sell them. Research shows that the average American home has over 300,000 items in it. And many of those items are just sitting there, doing nothing. You might be surprised how much money you can make by selling things you no longer need. Sites like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and Poshmark make it easy to list and sell almost anything. Have old clothes, furniture, or tech gadgets you don't use? They can turn into cash in your pocket. In fact, a recent survey found that nearly 70% of people who sold items online made at least $500 per year doing so. And selling isn't just about the money, it's about making your life simpler. Once you've cleared out what you don't need, your living space will feel more organized, and you'll find it easier to focus on what really matters. It's also a great way to break free from consumerism. The act of letting go of things teaches you that you don't need excess to be happy. And over time, you'll begin to see how much better it feels to have less clutter in your life, and more money in your wallet. Chapter 2. Mindful Spending. The Art of Thoughtful Purchases. Minimalism teaches us to be more intentional with our spending. It's easy to fall into the trap of buying things on impulse, but what if you could slow down and really think before every purchase? Mindful spending is about being deliberate, asking yourself if an item truly adds value to your life, and learning to say no to unnecessary purchases. Research from the National Endowment for Financial Education, NEFE, shows that 69% of people make impulse purchases, with the average person spending over $5,000 a year on things they don't need. By practicing mindful spending, you can avoid this common pitfall. A simple method to control your purchases is the 24-hour rule. Before buying something, wait 24 hours to see if you still feel like it's necessary. This small pause helps you distinguish between a true need and a fleeting desire. Often, after a day, you'll realize you don't actually need the item. Another strategy is the one in, one out rule. For every new item you buy, get rid of an old one. This not only keeps your home less cluttered but also prevents you from accumulating things you don't really need. It also keeps your wallet in check, as you're consciously limiting your purchases. By shifting to a mindset of mindful spending, you start to see that money isn't just for acquiring things. It can be used to invest in your future, travel, or even save for something you truly want. In the long run, making fewer, more intentional purchases will leave you with more financial freedom. Chapter 3. The Joy of Less. Embrace experiences over things. Minimalism isn't just about getting rid of stuff, it's also about embracing experiences that bring true joy. A common misconception about minimalism is that it's all about deprivation. But in reality, minimalism can open the door to a richer, more fulfilling life. Instead of spending money on things, invest in experiences that you'll remember for a lifetime. Studies show that experiences, like travel or spending time with loved ones, create longer-lasting happiness compared to material possessions. A 2014 study by the Journal of Consumer Research found that people feel happier when they spend money on experiences rather than things. Experiences help to create memories and strengthen relationships, which are far more valuable than any object. So, next time you're tempted to buy a new gadget or trendy item, think about how you could use that money for an experience instead. Take a cooking class, go on a weekend trip, or simply spend a day exploring your local area. These experiences not only enrich your life but can also be far cheaper than purchasing material goods. And here's an interesting fact. According to a study by Cornell University, people feel more satisfied when they spend money on experiences because experiences can be shared, remembered, and even improved upon over time. On the other hand, material goods tend to lose their value once the novelty wears off. By embracing experiences over things, you'll begin to see how little you actually need in order to be happy. This approach not only saves you money, but it also improves your quality of life. Instead of constantly chasing new possessions, you'll be creating memories that matter. Enjoying these tips so far? Be sure to subscribe for more strategies to live simply and save big. Chapter 4. Subscription Detox. Break free from hidden costs. One of the easiest ways to save money with minimalism is to cut out subscriptions you don't use. It's easy to sign up for streaming services, magazine subscriptions, or apps without fully realizing how much they add up. According to a study by C+R Research, Americans spend an average of $218 a month on subscription services. That's over $2,600 a year. Many people forget to cancel subscriptions they no longer use, and it's easy for these hidden costs to drain your bank account. Start by taking a close look at all your subscriptions, streaming platforms, meal kits, fitness apps, and even magazine subscriptions. Are you really using all of them? Chances are, there are a few you could cancel without missing them. You might also want to try a 30-day subscription-free trial instead of committing long-term. You can also use a subscription tracker app to keep an eye on recurring payments. By simplifying your subscriptions, you'll immediately free up cash for more important things, like saving or investing. Another benefit of eliminating unnecessary subscriptions is the mental clarity it can bring. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by too many commitments, and sometimes, less is truly more. When you stop paying for things you don't need, you can focus on what truly adds value to your life, without the constant financial drain. Chapter 5. Simplify your wardrobe. Quality over quantity. Minimalism doesn't just apply to your home, it also extends to your wardrobe. How often do you buy clothes you don't need or wear only once? According to a report by ThredUp, the average American woman spends $235 a month on clothes and owns more than 100 pieces of clothing. Yet, research shows that many of these clothes are hardly worn. It's a cycle of buying more but not using what you have, and that can be a huge money drain. A simple strategy to avoid overspending on clothes is to create a capsule wardrobe. This concept focuses on having a small collection of versatile, high-quality clothing that you can mix and match. By focusing on timeless pieces rather than trendy items, you'll spend less money on clothes that only last one season. Did you know that the average person wears only about 20% of their wardrobe? This statistic, according to a study by ClosetMate, shows how we tend to over-purchase clothes that end up collecting dust. Minimalism encourages a more thoughtful approach to fashion, where quality, rather than quantity, takes center stage. Investing in well-made, long-lasting clothing means fewer purchases, less waste, and more money saved in the long run. The key is to buy items that not only look good but also fit well and are durable. When you wear your clothes more often, the cost per wear becomes lower, and you get more value from each item. Chapter 6. Minimalist Mindset. Embrace the power of gratitude. The last way minimalism helps save money is by shifting your mindset. One of the core principles of minimalism is being grateful for what you already have. It's easy to fall into the trap of always wanting more, but minimalism encourages us to focus on what we already own and appreciate it. By practicing gratitude, you'll stop the constant cycle of buying and instead begin to feel content with less. Research by psychologists shows that gratitude can lead to greater happiness and better financial decisions. A study published in the Journal of Consumer Research found that people who practiced gratitude were less likely to engage in impulse buying and more likely to make thoughtful purchases. When you're grateful for what you have, you're less tempted by new, unnecessary purchases. You can practice gratitude by taking a few minutes each day to reflect on what you already have and how much it adds to your life. This simple habit can reshape the way you think about money and possessions. Instead of always focusing on what's missing, minimalism teaches you to enjoy the abundance already present in your life. Incorporating gratitude into your daily routine will not only save you money but also increase your overall sense of well-being. By appreciating the things you already own, you'll find that you need less, and the desire to buy unnecessary items will fade. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more tips on living simply and saving big.